Coach.
Oh,
Oh my!
you crossed up your
Yes, I
coaches
did.
there.
It's supposed to be Wilcox. I'm sorry. Coach
Yeah.
Wilcox impacted recruiting. What does 2024 recruiting look like for Cal?
Well, they've done well in the portal this year. Cal is not a place that has ever been a great recruiting school that's been able to put together top 20 or even really top 30 classes, but they've made some noise in the portal this offseason. That's the most encouraging thing. And I don't know that with the academic standards at Cal, if you're ever going to be able to bring in everybody that you would like, whether in the portal or from the high school ranks, but they've brought in several good players. What they've been missing is the quarterback position, which they brought in the portal, and I'll get to in just a moment. But they've had a lot of good skill position players and good defensive players as well come through the program while Wilcox has been there. They've had several talented guys. They have Brett Johnson back off injury this year. He could be an NFL caliber defensive lineman. They always have good players in the secondary. Jaden Ott at running back is one of the most dynamic playmakers in the entire conference. At any position on any team, he's really, really good. And so they, had J. Michael Sturdivant. He, unfortunately for Cal, transferred to UCLA. But they still have Jeremiah Hunter, who I think is a good, solid number one wide receiver. And, their tight ends always feel like they're capable of being involved in the passing game and whatnot. But I think when you look at their portal class, it is top 20 in the country this year. So I think that kind of demonstrates the urgency that Justin Wilcox, frankly, needs to be showing. And that's, hey, I have to win this year, or I'm not going to be a head coach at Cal, and who knows if I'll get to be a head coach again. Now, he'd get picked up as defensive coordinator in about half an hour if he were let go, but you don't always get a second chance to be a head coach, and thus far, he hasn't ever won more than 8 games while at Cal. So I think he senses the urgency of what this season means, whether he would admit that publicly or not, but I think he's a capable coach. I don't know about a great one. He's a great defensive coordinator. He was the DC when they went to, I believe, when they went to the college football playoff with Washington in 2016. He's been at Wisconsin, Boise State. Like he's a great defensive coordinator, but he has not always been a big time recruiter. He's a little bit more like Chip Kelly in that sense, where it's just kind of not something that he necessarily thrives at or appears to love. But both guys know how to use the portal clearly, and I think Cal's got plenty of talented players coming in, Power 5 starters, capable players. Sam Jackson at quarterback from TCU, I'm really excited about. And I think they have the potential, and Coach Wilcox knows they need to be able to get,